and gentlemen, the Emperor of the Sea.
I can say without a doubt that it is great to be here once again, ladies, gentlemen, and to all the sea and concorders. Some of you know me, while the rest of you do not. But for all cases, I am Chito2500. And before I begin, thank you all for coming. I would like to begin with a question. How many of you all have done things that make somebody hate you or even shun you? If you raised your hand to this question, congratulations. You're not alone in this. And of course, I raised my hand as well. Now, these things could be good, while the rest of them can be bad. But for this case though, no matter what you did though, this particular person in question, right, will always find a way to hate you and even shun you for it, even though you didn't do anything wrong, or you did do something wrong. So, here's the first important topic. A couple of weeks ago, and well beyond that though, one particular person has come to me. But in order for me to preserve his identity, he asked to remain anonymous. But I would like for him to be here at this time, so that way he could listen to the advice that I would like to give him. Now that that's out of the way, let's continue. So the person in question, right, tells me that he's made several bad choices in the past, which causes him to lose all of his loved ones and to change into this violent monster that he is. Now, the reason why he says this is because he strongly believes that the majority of the public says that he is this monster, where in fact that he is not. Now, I don't know exactly how this happened, nor how it went down. But what I do know is that I do know the other person that he is referring to. I actually do know him. And I could tell you for a fact though, that you guys and gals, they're pretty much two different people. And I think I may have the answer to that one too. Maybe they got similar sounding voices. Maybe it's a case of mistaken identity. Who knows? Okay. It's advice time, so for the person in question, please pay attention and take this in heed. Just because you've made several bad choices in the past, it doesn't mean that it will define who you are. Now, I know you've been trying to tell the public again and again and again that you are not the other person. But just telling them alone may not help your case. Sometimes you have to prove to them by doing things. Talk is cheap nowadays. Action is what's more important. And the reason why I say that is because actions speak louder than words. Just like a picture is worth 1,000 words. You have to show it, not tell it. So for you, particular person, I would say that it is very, very honorable that you come to me for help, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm always going to be there though. Sometimes you have to solve these problems on your own. In fact, the only way for those problems to go away is to do solve them on your own. And the reason why is because someday, if not one day, right, I may not be here to offer you any more advice. I might croak tomorrow, or a week, or a year from now, right? Which means that you'll have to take all of the training that you've gotten and turn it into something great. So, here's my advice from me to you. Don't just wallow in your own despair and just, believe what the public says, though. If you think they're lying, don't just tell them straight up in their face they're lying. Instead, ask them why they say that. And if they can't give a good legitimate reason, then is their opinion valuable? Right? So, there's lots of things you can do to prove that you are a good person. For me though, I like volunteering, or I like to help in the community. Or even just say hello to somebody. Do a random act of kindness. It doesn't have to be a want. It doesn't have to be a need. It could be just something that you do out of your own heart. Okay? Now, it's not the end of the world that you've lost the people you love, right? That the people that you were serving, in clan-wise and all that stuff, made you do the things you didn't want to do. But it doesn't mean that you're a weak person. Try to take these experiences and let them make you stronger instead. I promise you that you'll become a lot better and more respectable in that way. So therefore, that's my advice from me to you. I hope you took this quite well. Let's move on to the next topic, which is also important, equally important, because it also involves me as well. I would like to also begin this with another question. How many of you, in your lifetime, have you been scammed? I would expect most of you to raise your hand by now, but if that's the case though, yeah, it happened to me as well. So, think about this for a second, ladies and gentlemen. What is a scammer? Some of you may say con artist. Some of you may say a manipulator, a cheat, a freak, a nobody. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're all correct. A scammer is all of those things. But now the most important question is, why do they scam? I know that some of us have earned an honest living. We wake up every day. We go to our place of work. We do the things we love. We earned ourselves a nice big paycheck or something like that, right? But yet, some of it seems to go away because we fell for something that's almost too good to be true, right? Now, some of these things could be military romance. Some of them could be a big prize winner, lower your credit card interest rate. All those other good services that is like those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. But unfortunately, it's not. Now, the reason why, some of us like to scam a lot is because it's easy and it's a quick money maker. However, though, there is a price to that. The people you scam ends up hating you. And the more you guys do it, unfortunately, the more the public is going to realize that we need to band together and go up against you and all that stuff. I know you guys are just, trying to survive out there, but if you're doing it just because you just want to make a laugh out of it, then I'm sorry to say though, but I hope you guys get what's coming to you, really. I hope you guys are ready, honestly. So for the rest of you out there who make their honest livings, here's my advice from me to you. Just because something is too good to be true, doesn't mean you should just jump on it right away. If it's not worth it though, just hang up and just ignore it. But for the rest of you that get these types of phone calls day in and day out though, do what I do. Waste as much of their time as possible. Don't even just say yes or anything. Pretend to be gullible or something to keep them on the line longer. And just insult them for once in a while. But I would suggest you keep the insults to an end, right? and just say, ha, just wasted your time, ha, you're so stupid and all this stuff. But in all honesty, these scammers are stupid nowadays. I just don't know for the life of me why they just fall for the same ridiculous stunts over and over again. There's even this one time that I've made the scammer waste so much of their time that they spend literally hours raging at me just because I exposed a little scam. So that's my advice from me. So here's my advice from me to use. Sorry about that, guys. It's just that my throat's a little sore nowadays, so yeah. All it takes is just one thing, okay? All it takes is just one phone call, one email, that sort of thing. The first thing you can do is ignore it. The second thing is to waste your time. I promise you, those are the most two effective things you can do. I know for the rest of us there's little we can do to protect our privacy, but there is always something we can do, right? And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Before I end it here, though, I just wanted to say thank you all. And I'm going to tell you guys finally the reason why I make these inspiration and motivation speeches. It's because of you guys and gals. And I know you have expected this answer for a long time though, and I know you were expecting me to say that, but it's true. You guys motivate and inspire me to do this. You guys made me who I am, even though I did most of the work myself. It's just that I feel like that I can make something of this world. I feel like I want to contribute something back for all you guys and gals have done for me. I feel as though we've connected, you know? I feel as though like we're an extended family. I really do love you guys and gals, I really do. But for some of you that, you know, got on my wrong side or whatever, I'm sorry to say though, but I just don't see you in that way. I may not hate you, but you have to learn the consequences as they come, okay? I'm sorry, but that's just the plain truth. But for the rest of you out here who are honest to God and respectable, then you have my respect. You have my thanks. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for believing in me and making me realize my true potential. And thank you so much for all that, though. I really do. Well, my time isn't here, and my time is now. And for that, I thank you all, and please do have a great and safe day.